Hello and welcome to Elliot Job Bags. In today's video we are learning how to make a round beaded bag. The items for making the bag include the round rings, you need a plier, a fishing line and pack of beads. So let's get into it. To begin in making a round beaded bag, you need to know that you are making rings of 6. So to begin making the ring of 6, you will add the first fishing line, the first bead on the fishing line, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, then the last one. The last one will not go down. You will use the fishing line at the other hand to cross in between, then you pull it down. So this is what we have for a start. To proceed, on the right fishing line, I will add 5 beads this time instead of 6. Why? We are making rings of 6. So this is the first stage of making a round beaded bag. There is a 1 bead in between the fishing line. I will add 1 bead, 2 bead, 3 bead, 4 bead, but the 5th one will not go down. Why? Because I want to use my fishing line on the other hand to cross it. Then I would pull it down. So I'm left with something like this. How do we proceed to the next stage? I will use my left fishing line to pass into the next 1 bead right here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And once you put it there, then you pull it. So this is what I have. We are still going to continue with ring of 6, but this time on the fishing line we have 2 beads. Look, we have 2 beads in the middle. What am I going to add to make 6? I'm going to be adding 4 beads. This is the first bead, the second bead, the third bead. We all go down, but this last one will not go down. I will use the other fishing line to cross it. Then I'll pull it in. Now this is the third ring of 6. Next, I will pass my fishing line at this hand into the next 1 bead here. So that's what I'm going to do. Pass it into the next 1 bead. If you are trying to make a table mat, you can continue with these 6 rings until you get the length that you want, but I'm not trying to make a table mat. I'm trying to make a round beaded bag. Now there are 2 beads in between. I'm going to add another 4 beads. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, but the 4th one will not go down. I will cross with the fishing line and pull it down. Alright, now we have how many? This is the 4th ring of 6. I'm also going to pass again through the next fishing line and pull it out. And I told you I still have another 2 beads. I'll add 4 beads. 1, 2, 3. We go down, but the 4th one will not go down. Okay. Now, this is what we have here. How many are we going to pass into? This is the stage we are. Now we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings of 6. I'm going to pass into the next 1 bead. I'll pass into the next 1 bead again. Alright, now that I've passed, I will pass with 4 beads again. 1, 2, 3, but the 4th one will not go down as usual. Then I'll cross. This is the stage where we are right now. And if you are in this position, when you get here, you will pass your fishing line, that is the back the left fishing line into the next 2 beads. I'll show you how to get that done. So I pass into this first bead, pass into the second bead. Please and please don't pass into the last one right here. Then I pull it out. And this is what you have this V shape right here. How many beads will you add now? We'll be making a ring of 6. We are going to add 3 beads now. Why 3? Because inside the fishing line right here we have 3 beads in between. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to add 3 beads to complete the ring of 6. But this time around 2 beads will go down, but the third one will not go down. So at this point we've just added only 3 beads. Then I'll take it down. Now we've finished the first stage for making the beaded bag. We're going to proceed to the next stage. For the second stage, we will continue to make the bag with ring of 6 and ring of 5. The reason why we are doing that is to change the shape from this to an oval shape. You get to remove these sharp edges. To do that, we'll pass the left fishing line into the next 1 bead, this bead right here. Then you pull it out. Once it's out, I'm going to add, you know, the fishing line, there is 2 beads right there. I will add 4 beads. That's 1, 2, 3. Then the 4th one, I will use it to cross. Right now I have completed the first ring for the first stage. For the second stage, now I will pass the fishing line into the next 1 bead, and this time around I will continue with a ring of 5. Pass into the next 1 bead, then ring of 5. We have 2 beads right here in the fishing line. I'm going to add 3 beads to continue. 2 will go down, the third one will not go down. Then I will cross and pull it. I told you we are forming ring of 6, ring of 5. Why? To create an oval shape for the round beaded bag. Now I've made a ring of 6 here, I've made a ring of 5. Next is a ring of 6. We'll pass our fishing line into the next 2 beads at the V-shaped side. Alright, I'll add it here and pull it, and I'll add 3 beads. 1, 2, then the third one I'll use it to cross it. Why? Because there are 3 beads in between the fishing line. We are forming a ring of 5, a ring of 6, a ring of 5, a ring of 6, a ring of 5. Now I'll continue this process until I get to this point. Alright, so again we are forming another ring of 5. I'll pass into the next 1 fishing line and add 4 beads and add 3 beads. To form the ring of 5. Next is a ring of 6. I'm going to pass the fishing line into the next 2 beads. Right? Once you get to this point that has a V shape, you should know that you're adding 3 beads, because that side is where you're forming the ring of 6. But when I get to the last ring for this second stage, I will show you a tip that you need to know to proceed to the next stage. So once I get there, we'll continue with making the bag. I'm going to repeat the same process. I'll add 3 beads because I'm forming a ring of 5. At this point, we are still at the last phase for the ring of 5, ring of 6. My fishing line is in 2 beads. I will add 3 beads, 1, 2, then the third one I'll pass it down. Now, in case you get to this point, you might find that side confusing, and that's because there are so many beads right there. How many should you pass into? This is it. Pass into the next 2 bead. All right, once you get to this stage, use your left fishing line to pass into the next 2 beads. 1, then the second one as well. Then you add 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. We are almost done with the second stage. Now we have gotten to the last ring. We are going to pass into the next 2 bead. Once we pass into the next 2 bead, as you can see, at the back ring there is a ring of 6. There's a ring of 6 here, there's a ring of 6 here. To form the oval shape, we need to make the last stage a ring of 5. So we're going to add, this is 1, 2, 3 bead. We are adding 2 bead to complete a ring of 5. And that is all for the second stage, in which we formed this oval shape. That's okay, the oval shape for the round bag. For this third stage, we're going to continue with our regular matting that we're familiar with, which is a ring of 4. On this fishing line, there is 1 bead right there, so I will add 3 bead, 1, 2, then the last one will not go down. Then I will be passing into the next 1 bead, all right, for a ring of 4. This is just our regular matting for making a beaded bag. So I'll continue repeating this process. I'll pass into the next 1 bead, add 2 beads this time around, not 3. To form a ring of 4, I'll add, the first one will go down, but the second one will not go down. Then you have something like this. I'll repeat the same process. I will pass into the next 1 bead. Alright, I'll pass into the next 1 bead. This will go down, this will not go down, then I'll cross. Okay, now I'll continue repeating this process until we meet at this point. I'm close to the end of the third stage, which is forming a ring of 4. I'll pass my fishing line into 1 bead, then I'll cross. Now at this last point here, I'll pass this fishing line, my left fishing line, into the 1 bead at the bottom, then this 1 bead at the top. And I told you we are forming a ring of 4, and there are 3 beads right in between. I will add just 1 bead, right? Add just 1 bead and cross together. So now we are done with this stage. So to continue, I'll pass, my fishing liner has finished. Check out my previous video on how to end a fishing line on how to attach a new one. For the fourth stage, we continue with ring of 5. Ensure that your fishing line is in between one bead. Then on your right fishing line, add 3 beads. Then the fourth one, you will use your left fishing line to cross the right fishing line and pull it down. To continue making this ring of 5, we'll continue making it all around here. You will pass into the next one bead. To make this ring of 5, I'll pass into the next one bead. You pull it. Once you've pulled it, now I have 2 beads on the ring. I will add 3 beads because that is the number of beads that's required to make a ring of 5. The third one I will cross. I'll continue repeating this process until I've gotten to the last point where I will show us how to end stage 4 of our round beaded bag. Alright, so I'll continue repeating it until I get here. I've gotten to the last stage of the 4th stage, so the next thing to do is to pass this fishing line into the bead at the bottom and the one over here. Once you've passed into the next 2 beads, we now have 3 beads in between the fishing line. I will use 2 beads to end this 4th stage, and that ends the 4th stage of a ring of 5. I pull it down and we have this. So this is what we have right here. The 5th stage is a ring of 6. For this particular stage, we need to pass the fishing line into the next one bead beside it. Unlike other stages where we were passing into one bead, here we'll be passing it into two beads. Right, to form the ring of 6, we already have 2 beads in the fishing line. I'm going to add 4 beads. 1, 2, 3. The 3 will go down, but the 4th one will not go down. I will use my left fishing line to cross in between and pull it down. Now we're starting with a ring of 6 for stage 5. Next thing is to pass into the next 2 beads. Like I said earlier, I'll pass it into this first bead and also pass into the second bead. I'll continue repeating this process. At this stage, I'll pull it down. Alright, now I'll add, I told you to form a ring of 6. These are 3 beads in between the fishing line. I will add another 3 beads to continue this stage. 1, 2, then the 3rd one will not go down this time around. So we will be continue with adding 3 beads and passing into the next 2 beads until we get to this point. Alright, I'll still repeat the same process. I'll pass again, pass my fishing line into this bead right here, add 3 beads, allow 2 to go down, use the 3rd one to cross it. Alright, just follow the procedure, follow the step, and you understand how to make it. This is the last stage for the ring of 6, so I'll pass this fishing line into the next 1 bead. I'll also pass into the second bead and pass into the 3rd bead. Alright, now we have 4 beads in between the fishing line. What I will add is 2 beads to make it a ring of 6. Then I'll cross. Now, so we've made the ring, we've completed the ring of 6. We've gotten to the last stage for our round beaded bag, this is how it is right now. So on this last stage, we are going to be forming a ring of 4. You will have your fishing line in one bead. All right, so as it's in one bead, you're going to add 3 beads, unlike when we were forming the ring of 6 where the fishing line was in 2 beads. But on this ring of 4, the fishing line should be on 1 bead, and we will be passing into the next one bead until we've completed a ring of 4 at the end of the bag. All right, so I've added the first ring. I'll pass into the next 1 bead, add another 2 bead. Like I told you earlier, this is a very simple bag. The only thing you need to do is to follow the procedure and the steps that are being given so that you won't be confused. I will do the same thing. I'll continue passing into the next one bead until I have gotten to the last bead for the ring of 6, that is right here. I've gotten to the last part of the ring of 4, which is also the last stage for making the round beaded bag. I will add and cross. So at this last point, I'll pass the fishing line into the bead at the bottom and also pass into the side bead and pull it. We have 3 rings in between. I'll add just 1 bead to make it the ring of 4, and that is the final and last stage for our round beaded bag. You should have something like this if you're making this round beaded bag. You can see how it is. It looks beautiful and good. I repeated the same process and I made 2 round bags. The next thing we're going to do is build the side of the bag. To build the side of the bag, you will count 12 rings. So I'll begin my counting from here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. On the 13th ring, I'll pass my fishing line into one of the bead. So we are building the side of the bag that will connect with the other side to form the bag. Now I have passed my fishing line. We are going to do the regular matting, which is adding 3 beads, cross with the 3rd one to form a ring of 4, which is our regular matting. That is how I'm going to continue doing until I have formed the side of the bag. I'll pass into the next 1 bead. You will continue repeating the same process until you have formed the side for the bag. So I'll add 2 fishing line, 2 beads this time around. One will go down, the second one will not go down. I'll cross and pull it. Right. So this is how to build the side of the bag. I'll continue repeating this process, adding 1 and cross with the second one. I'll just do my regular matting until I've gotten to this side. If you count another 12, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. On the 13th, which is here, I will stop here and do the second step of the side of the bag. I've gotten to the last side of making the side of the round beaded bag. The next thing to do is to pass my fishing line into the last bead. Like I told you, is at this point I have 12. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So I just, this time around on my, I'll turn it. I'll just add the beads on the right fishing line, then cross it with the left. So you have something like this will enable you start another side. I want the side to be more bigger. I'll also repeat the same process. Allow 2 beads and I'll still continue with the marking. Okay, to continue with the marking. This is it. Okay, let's continue with it. I'll take this one down. I'll keep repeating that process until I get here. So I'll repeat the same thing for the other side of the bag. I'll repeat the same process for this. Once I've done the both sides, I'll attach them together. But before attaching it, I'll need to show us how to add the round metal rings to the round beaded bag. Now I'm done making the side of the bag. I want to attach this handle for the bag. Alright, so to attach the handle, the round metal handle, what you need to do, I want to place it right here. So I want it to be between here and here. That's this 6 and this 6. To place it in between those 6, I'll pass my fishing line to the first 6 down here, which is on this place. I'll pass my fishing line. Once you pass the fishing line, I'll add 1 bead on the left, add another bead on the right, and cross. Then I'll pass in between. Then I'll pull it down like this under the first 6 down here before the 5th round bead. So the first on top of the 5th round bead. Once I've done that, on my right fishing line I'll add 1 bead. On my left fishing line I'll add another 1 bead, but this time around I won't cross it. I'll put my metal ring, I'll put it inside this way. See the way it is inside. Next thing I will do is take this fishing line, pass it into the 5th ring below, into one of the bead on the 5th ring below, pull it out, use the other side to pass through again as if I am trying to cross in between the bead. You see, I'll pull it out. You have something like this. I've added the first side to add the handle. Then once I'm done doing that, I'll pass my fishing line through the beads to tie it. So I will just pass it in between. I'll pass the fishing line inside. This other one as well, I'll do the same. I could pass it anywhere just to enable me tie. I'll repeat the same process for the other 6, which is this one. Alright, so I'll pass the fishing line inside the bead. I'll repeat the same thing. Add 1 on the left, add another 1 on the right, then cross with this bead. I'll pull it down, then put the round metal ring inside, bring out the ropes, pull it down this way. Okay, so I'll also do the same thing again. 1 on the left, another 1 on the right. I'll pass it into any of the 5th bead down here. So I'll pull. I'll pass the second side. So just like we did during this side, at this side is the same process I'm repeating at this side. So this is how to make the handle for your beaded bag. Then you pass the fishing line inside and tie. Once you are done attaching the handle of the bag to both sides, the next thing you need to do is attach the bag together. All right, so to attach them together, what you need to do is, at this first point, you place it this way. You first add a bead into the fishing line. You allow the first bead to go down, then you pass the fishing line into the first bead at the left and the first bead at the right. You stitch it together. Okay, once you've added it, next you add another one bead. So you keep repeating that process. You continue adding one bead. You add one. Let me add this one. Then you cross like this and pull it down. You have something like this. You continue repeating that same process. Pass the fishing line into the next one bead. Pull out the fishing line. Do it for the other side of the bag. Pass the fishing line into the next one bead as well. Pull out the fishing line. Then use one bead to cross it and push it down. Pull out the fishing line. So you have something like this. Once you're done, this is like the other side. You keep repeating that same process until you are able to get to the other side of the bag. You will continue repeating the process. Once you get to this part, you will turn the bag this way and you continue with the same process. You see, so I will just continue, just that this time the bag is out, and I'll keep repeating the same thing. Add one bead, cross the other side of the bag. So you keep doing this process until you're able to stitch up all the whole part of the bag until you get to this point. This is our bag. We're finally done and it's so beautiful and good.